Hello, and welcome to this full body flow with a particular focus on strengthening and lengthening the hips. Now, we're going to get started really shortly, but first, as always, I want to remind you to feel free to make any modifications that you need so that you feel as comfortable as you can in your body through the exercises, and to feel free to skip any exercises that don't feel right for you. Now, for the core strengthening section, we're going to be rolling through the spine. And so, if your lower back is tight, it might be helpful to have a small hand towel that we're going to roll up and put underneath your lower back. Okay, so I'll remind you when we get to that section. And we're going to be doing some balancing, so it might be helpful to have a chair or a ledge nearby that you can use for support. And we're going to be starting and finishing our class seated. And so if you find that sitting up onto your sitting bones is really challenging or your knees are up really high, you might want to sit on a folded up blanket or a pillow so that you can be in the best posture possible. Okay, so with all of that said, let's get started. Seated, right up onto your sitting bones. If you can imagine that you have a string pulling up from the crown of your head and your body can hang down from the string. And if it's comfortable for you, I invite you to softly close your eyes. And we'll just bring our awareness to the breath. And so if you can, breathe in slowly through the nose and breathing out slowly through the mouth through a pinhole. So the exhale is slow and even. And just continue breathing in slowly through the nose and breathing out slowly through the mouth, breathing through a pinhole. Slow, even breath. And just continue. And as you're breathing here, just feeling your spine stacked up, all the vertebrae like building blocks, so that you can be as tall as possible with the least amount of effort. Feel the shoulders relax down away from the ears and relaxing through the hips and the legs, connecting them down into the earth. And we'll connect into our core with the breath. So as you breathe in, have a feeling of widening the ribs all the way up into the armpits, widening the collarbones. And as you breathe out, of narrowing the waist and drawing the navel in towards the spine, working the deepest layer of our abdominal muscles. So breathing in, widening the rib cage, widening the collarbones, and breathing out, narrowing the waist and drawing the navel in. Let's take a few more breaths like that. Breathing in to widen and breathing out to wake up the deep abdominals, narrowing the waist and navel to spine. For one more breath. And just keep the breath slow and steady. So you softly open the eyes and then stretch the arms down towards the floor. We're going to keep the collarbones really wide as you curl the chin down towards the chest and then roll the head over to the right. And we're breathing into the left side of the neck. So if you can imagine that the left side of the neck is like a balloon. And as you breathe in, you're inflating the balloon. And as you're breathing out, it's deflating and relaxing. The whole left side of the neck is inflating on the inhale and deflating and softening on the exhale. And just take a few more breaths there. Keep the chin in and reach up through the left ear as the left shoulder reaches down. Taking one more breath in. And as you breathe out, curl your chin in and roll your head over to the left. And now we're breathing into the right side of the neck. Okay, so breathing in, the right side of the neck is like a balloon expanding. And as you breathe out, it's deflating and softening. Again, breathing in, expanding like a balloon, inflating up, and breathing out, deflating and softening. Just take a few more breaths there. The chin is slightly down as you reach up through the right ear and reach down through your right shoulder. Taking one more breath in and breathing out as you curl your chin down and then roll it back up. And so now, if you're sitting cross-legged, if you can have your right leg in front, if you don't already, and we're going to turn the right arm out, lengthen it up and bring the hand behind the head, grow tall. And as you breathe out, we'll stretch over to the left side, letting the left hand come onto the floor, letting the shoulders go down so the elbow is bending. And as you breathe in, we're reaching the elbow up towards the sky. We're opening the right side of the ribs and exhaling as you're deflating and softening. Okay, so again, the right side of the ribs is now the balloon expanding. And as you breathe out, softening and drawing the navel to the spine, working those deep core muscles. Okay, breathing in, inflating and expanding, and breathing out, softening but drawing the navel to the spine, waking up the core for one more breath in. And as you breathe out, roll forward, bring your hands shoulder width apart, and just letting your head rest down. And breathing here now, widening the whole back of the body, flaring it open like a balloon. And breathing out, softening the chest and drawing the navel towards the spine, keeping the core engaged. Inflating on your inhale and softening on your exhale. And just take a few more breaths here, softening through the hips. Okay, relaxing deep in the hip sockets, the glutes, all the muscles around the tailbone, and even through the thighs. On your next breath out, we're going to roll up to sitting. And then we'll switch legs, bringing your left leg in front, turning the left arm out and bringing it up behind the head. Lengthen up as you breathe in and side bend over to the right, letting the right hand go to the floor, shoulders come down, elbow bends. We're reaching the left elbow up as you breathe in, inflating like a balloon. Exhaling, softening down and drawing the navel in towards the spine. And continue breathing in, inflating, and breathing out, softening. Just keeping weight into your left hip. Take one more breath here. And as you breathe out, curl forward, bring the hands shoulder width apart, and relax down. Breathing in, flaring the back open so the shoulders are down and wide. And breathing out, softening as you gently draw the navel in. Okay, breathing here, softening deep in the hip sockets, softening the glutes, all the muscles around the tailbone, and softening the thighs. Taking one more breath in, and as you breathe out, curling yourself up. Okay, we're going to come down to lying and warm up our core. And so, coming down to lying, if you can have your right leg bent with the foot on the floor and the right hand is on the thigh, the left leg is down straight with the foot flexed, and we're going to have the left hand behind the head, cradling it. Okay, the elbow is slightly lifted and the shoulders are down. Okay, we're going to breathe in to prepare. And as you breathe out, we'll curl the chin in and roll up, reaching the hand just to the knee or slightly above, and inhale halfway down. And that's our move. Okay, exhaling, curling up, and inhale down. Okay, it's really small. Exhaling up and inhaling down. And just continue really isolating your core muscles. Okay, so as you exhale, try to draw the navel in towards the spine and not let the abdominal muscles push out. Okay, really sink them in so we're working our deepest layers. Okay, and keeping the head heavy into your hands, the shoulders are down, so the neck and the jaw are as relaxed as possible. Okay, and we'll just do two more. Exhaling up, inhaling halfway down, exhaling up, inhaling halfway down. And then once you're down, we're going to be rolling through the spine. Okay, so this is where you may want to bring a towel rolled up and bring it underneath your lower back. If your back is a little bit tight, this is really helpful to go right behind the navel. We're going to hold on behind the right thigh, breathe in, prepare, and exhale as you curl your chin in and roll up, squeezing your navel to your spine and keeping your shoulders down. Now we're going to stretch the leg out, flex the foot, and inhale for 3 pulses up. 2, 3, and we'll bend the leg in and exhale as you roll down, squeezing the navel to the spine, keeping the shoulders down and keeping your chin in until the very end. Okay, 2 more. Breathe in, prepare. Exhale, curl your chin in and squeeze the navel to the spine, keeping the shoulders down. Stretch the leg, flex the foot. Inhale for 3, 2, sit up as tall as you can. 1, hold behind the leg, and exhaling, curling down, squeezing the navel in towards the spine, reaching your other leg along the floor. Breathe in, prepare. Exhaling, curling your chin in, squeezing the navel to the spine, using your abdominals and not your shoulders. Inhaling for 3, 2, 1. Trying to have that leg really straight. Doesn't matter how high it is. Exhaling as you're curling down, keeping your chin in. Okay, if you have the towel there, you can take it out. And we're going to twist. So if you can let the right arm go out, take the outside of the thigh with your left hand and bring the leg across the body into a twist. We're peeling off the hip, but not the shoulder. Staying here, as you breathe in, your knee is pressing up into your hand, just gently. And exhaling, your hand is gently pressing down onto the knee. Okay, inhaling, knee is pressing up. Exhaling, the hand is gently pressing down. This is really small, so there might not be any movement happening, but you can feel the press and the release for one more breath. Okay, we're going to come back to center. Just make sure your hips are aligned. And so now we're going to have the left leg bent with the left hand on the thigh. The right leg is down straight, the foot is flexed, and the right hand is behind the head. Okay, elbow is lifted and the back of the neck is long. Breathe in to prepare. Exhaling as you're curling up, reaching the hand to the knee or slightly above. Inhaling halfway down. Exhaling up. Inhale halfway down. And then just continue. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Really using your breath to squeeze the navel towards the spine. So we're using our deepest abdominal muscles. Okay, just coming up to the bottom ribs, keeping it small, keeping the head heavy into your hands and the shoulders down. Okay, relaxing the neck, relaxing the jaw as much as you can. And we'll do 2 more. Exhaling up and down. And last one. Okay, staying down. We're going to bring the leg up. Okay, we're rolling through the spine using the towel if you need. And so with the hands laced together behind the left thigh, breathe in to prepare. Exhale, curl your chin in and roll up, squeezing the navel towards the spine, using your abdominals and not your shoulders. Stretch the leg. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Really straight with the leg in the spine. Doesn't matter the height. Exhaling as you're rolling down. Keep the chin in until the very end. Breathe in at the bottom for 2 more. Exhaling, curling yourself up, squeezing the navel in, keeping your shoulders down. Stretch the leg, flex the foot. Inhale for 3. This can be really small. That's fine. Hold on behind the knee. Exhaling, curling down. Reaching your right leg along the floor, squeezing the navel in. Breathing in to prepare. And exhaling, curling your chin in, squeezing your shoulders down your back. Stretch the leg out. Inhaling for 3, 2, really getting like fully straight. So we're working the hip. And exhaling as you're rolling down, squeezing the navel in towards the spine. Okay, and then crossing the leg across the body, open the left arm, take the outside of the thigh with your right hand and peeling yourself into a twist. As you breathe in, your knee is pressing up into your hand. As you exhale, your hand is gently pressing down on the knee. And just continue. And we're getting a stretch through the lower back, through the hip, through the thigh, keeping the shoulder onto the floor. One more breath here. And then come back to center. Now we're going to do one final roll up series. And so again, using the towel, if that's helpful for you, we're going to have both legs bent, but the feet are not in really close. Have them out a little bit farther away from you. And we'll start off with the arms back. We're going to inhale here and exhale as you nod your chin in and roll up using your abdominals, holding behind the legs to help you come up. We're going to inhale as you stretch your arms and legs out. Now we'll breathe out for 3 pulses as we stretch forward over the legs. Inhale as you lengthen up. And as you breathe out, we're going to softly bend the knees, roll down, squeezing the navel towards the spine, and you can use the legs as support. Breathe in, arms go back. Exhaling, curling your chin and rolling up, squeezing the navel to the spine, keeping the shoulders down. Inhale, lengthen everything, and then breathing out for 3, 2, 1. Really keep the shoulders down there. Inhale, lengthen up, and exhaling, bending the knees, rolling down, squeezing the navel in towards the spine, inhaling back. And exhaling, curling your chin in as you roll up, squeezing the belly button in, keeping your shoulders down. Inhale, lengthen up, and then breathing out. Hollow the navel towards the spine like you're a sail full of wind. Inhaling, lengthening up, and exhaling, curling down, softly bending the knees, pulling the navel in. Breathing in as you go back, and this last time we're going to come up and stay up. Breathing out as you're peeling up, squeezing the navel in towards the spine, keeping the shoulders down. Inhale to lengthen up. We'll do our 3 breaths out forward. Shoulders are down, spine is hollowed out. Reach up as you inhale, and then lower the arms down. Okay, we're going to make our way up to standing. If you've been using the towel, you can put that off to the side. We're done with it. Okay, and we're going to stretch over the legs. Have your legs bent, and you want a deep crease in your hips. So you're letting your belly rest onto your thighs, and the upper body is hanging down. And then from here, we'll stretch one leg at a time, inhaling as one leg stretches, and exhaling as the other leg stretches. And then just continue at your own pace. Now, it's not important that the leg fully straightens. Okay, you can keep your legs a little bit bent all the time. That's fine. What I do want you to try to avoid is hyperextending the knee back. Okay, and so instead of thinking of pushing your knee back to straighten it, try to lift your sitting bone up away from the heel and squeeze the muscles on the front of your thigh. Okay, it's kind of subtle, but it'll allow you to straighten the leg without snapping the knee quite so much. Okay, now we're going to come down into all fours position and come into a forearm plank. So if you can interlace your hands, tuck your bottom pinky out of the way, cross your thumbs, and you're going to have your elbows just a little bit narrower than shoulder width apart. Really press your shoulders down and push your forearms into the floor and step your legs back and hold here. Okay, breathing here really smoothly and fully. We're going to lift the navel up away from the floor, navel towards the spine as we've been doing. And so if you feel any discomfort in your lower back, probably you've let your back sink a little bit. So you want to really lift it and think of almost rounding the spine in an angry cat. Okay, we're going to bend one knee at a time, and we're going to go a little bit faster. Inhaling for 2, exhaling for 2. Inhaling to bend right, left, exhaling right, left, and continue. Keeping the navel up, keeping the shoulders pressed down and the neck long for one more breath. And then come into a child's pose. Gently land the knees, bring the knees quite wide apart, and then sit back towards your heels, extending your arms out, shoulder width apart, with the middle finger pointing straight ahead. Okay, and then just softening through the hips, relaxing all around the tailbone, relaxing the thighs, breathing deeply, and just setting your arms up for downward facing dog. You want to gently pull your shoulder blades apart so there's space between your arms and your ears. Press the knuckles of your hand into the floor and really squeeze the triceps so the arms are straight and the muscles are supporting that. And I want you to keep that connection through the arms and shoulders as we come up into downward facing dog, starting off with both knees bent. Okay, here, focus on pressing your arms straight and lengthening through your spine, reaching your sitting bones up and back. And again, we're going to stretch one leg at a time slowly, inhaling for 1, exhaling for 1. And then just continue. And again, it's never important that your legs fully straighten. I just want you to feel a stretch through the backs of the legs from your heel to your sit bone. Okay, the belly gently drawing in to support, the shoulders away from the ears. One more breath. And then walk your feet forward to your hands, bend your knees, curl your tailbone, and roll up one vertebra at a time so your head is the last thing up. Okay, once you're here, we're going to have the feet hip distance apart, toes pointing forward. We're going to work more through the whole body. And so, bringing the arms alongside the body, we'll inhale as you rise up onto your toes, squeezing an imaginary ball at the ankles. Then exhale as you lower your heels and lengthen out through the spine and the legs. Inhale as you bend your knees, curl your tailbone underneath you, and roll up. We're going to bring the hands to the lower back and exhale as you lift the heart towards the sky, keeping the neck long. And then again, breathing in as you rise up onto your toes, squeezing your imaginary ball at your ankles. Exhale as you lower the heels and lengthen out through the spine and the legs. Inhale as you bend the knees, curl the tailbone underneath you, scoop your navel in and roll up. Bring your hands to your lower back and really pull the tailbone down and draw the navel in as you lift the heart. Okay, so we're supporting the low back for 2 more. Inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, lowering the heels and lengthening out through the whole body. Inhaling, bending the knees, curling the tailbone and rolling up through the spine, hands to the low back. And exhale, pull your elbows back, pull your shoulder blades together as you lift the heart. For 1 more. Inhaling, rising up, squeezing the ball in your ankles. Exhaling, lowering the heels, lengthening out through the whole body. Inhaling, bending your knees, curling your tailbone and rolling up. And exhaling, the tailbone is lengthened down, the neck is lengthened, and then coming back up. And then we're going to go into a wide position through the feet. And so if you can bend your knees and just open them widely, you want to have your knees roughly right on top of your ankles. And the feet are turned out 45 degrees, just to the corners of the room. And so I want you to focus on opening your knees so that you can see your big toe on the inside of the knees, getting a good stretch through the inner thighs and through the hips. Okay, we always want to lengthen the tailbone down to the floor, not back behind you, and then lifting the belly up. Okay, staying here, really working our thighs. We're going to interlace our hands and press the arms up, and we can have the palms up or down as you like. Okay, stretch the arms as much as you can, keeping the shoulders down. So a little bit of an elbow bend is fine. And we're going to circle the upper body. Inhaling, lengthening over to the right. Exhaling, coming down, squeezing the navel to the spine. Inhaling over to the left, keeping the head between the arms, and exhale, center. Other side. Inhaling over to the left, exhaling, pulling down. Inhaling over to the right, the arms framing the head, and exhaling, center. Inhale over to the side. Exhale down. Now keep the tailbone to the floor all the time. Inhale side, the belly lifted. Exhale center. Inhaling side. Exhaling down, squeezing the navel in. Inhaling, lengthening through the side. And exhale up. One more each way. Breathing into the side. Okay, sinking deep into the legs, getting a good workout through the thighs. And exhale up for your last one. Breathing into the side, exhaling down, breathing into the side, and exhaling up. Lengthen yourself up, give your legs a shake, and now we're going to go into an even wider position for a warrior two flow. And so a good measure is that your feet are right underneath your wrists. So this is a really wide stance, so just make sure it feels comfortable for you. And if you can do this with me, we're going to be pivoting on the heels and opening up through the legs, turning the whole foot, turning the whole leg as a unit. So right from the hip socket, we turn the leg open, turning the knee and the toes together so that we can really keep the alignment through the ankle, knee, and hip. Okay, we're going to rotate the right leg open and come down into warrior two. Okay, in your position, we're opening out through the right knee so you can see the big toe on the inside of the knee. The knee is right on top of the ankle. And you want to roughly line up your front heel to your back heel. Your left leg is straight. The pinky toe side of the foot is down. The inner arch is lifted. Okay, feel the tailbone to the floor, the belly drawn in, the spine really long. Okay, and come up. We'll go to the other side, pivoting on your left foot right from the hip. Sink down into warrior two. Just checking your position here. The knee is open and lined up with the ankle. The right leg is straight with the pinky toe side down. Belly lifting. Okay, we're going to flow side to side. Inhaling as you change the feet and exhaling as you're sinking down, just checking all those landmarks. Inhaling up, pivoting on the feet. You can see the hips turn slightly with it. And exhaling as you're sinking down. And again, inhaling as you lengthen up, pivot right from the hip socket, and exhaling, sinking down. Inhaling, lengthening up, pivoting, making any little adjustments that you need so that you can keep this wide distance, the knee on top of the heel. Now we're going to add on, inhaling up and rotate, exhaling, sinking into warrior two and holding here. We're going to inhale as the elbow rests on the thigh, lengthen out to the side. Really feel like your back is against a wall, so you're very open here. Exhaling, coming back into warrior two. Inhaling, coming up and switching sides. Exhaling, sinking down into warrior two, already feeling your back against the wall. Inhale, stretch over to the side, keeping that open position. Exhaling, coming back into warrior two. And inhale, come up and change sides. Exhaling as you're sinking down. You feel the belly lifting. Inhaling as you stretch open, keeping the right knee open. Exhaling as you're going back into warrior two. Inhaling, coming up and switching sides. Exhaling, sinking down. Now really press both heels into the floor to engage the leg muscles. Exhaling, warrior two, and inhaling, coming up. And we're going to add on. Exhaling, sinking into your warrior two, knee on top of your ankle. Inhale, stretch over to the side, really opening. Then we'll exhale as we twist the chest towards the floor and bring the elbow into the belly. Inhale, reverse. We open to the side, our back is against the wall. Exhaling, coming into warrior two, nice and strong. Inhale, come up, switching sides. Okay, lining up heel to heel. Exhaling, opening the knee. Inhale, stretch, press the heels into the floor. Exhale, twist, bring the elbow into the belly. Reverse, inhale, open to the side, back against the wall. Exhaling, warrior two. And again, inhaling, coming up and turning. Exhaling, sinking down, opening the knee. Inhaling, stretching over to the side, left leg is straight. Exhaling, twisting the chest towards the floor. Inhale, reverse, open to the side, pulling the tailbone down, pressing down through the heels. Exhaling, warrior two. Inhale, come up and switch sides. Exhaling, opening the knee. Inhaling, stretching over to the side. Your back is against the wall. Exhaling, twisting the chest towards the floor, belly in. Inhale, open to the side. Press the heels down, open the legs. Exhaling, warrior two. Good, and come up. Now, we're going to have both feet turned out the same, very small, maybe 20 degrees out to the side, not very much. And I want you to focus on keeping the belly and the chest lifted so that we can take the pressure off of the knees and keeping the connection of the sitting bones towards the heels. Okay, we're going to inhale as we sit down into a squat, the sit bones reaching down to the heels, and exhaling, pressing up, going side to side. Inhaling, going down, and exhaling up. Okay, keep the belly lifted, try to keep the chest lifted, reach your hips back and down, and exhaling up. So we want our weight to be slightly back towards our heels so there's less pressure on our knees. Okay, just go into the range that's comfortable for you. Inhaling as you go down and exhaling as you're coming up. Inhaling, reaching your hips back and down, and exhale up. One more to each side. Your weight is back towards the heels, and exhaling up. So we're really folding in our hips like we're a marionette, and exhaling up. Good. And so then the last thing we'll do here is bring the legs back into that turned out position that we were in earlier, where we have our knees right on top of our ankles and our feet are just at 45 degrees. And we're really opening the knees, tailbone to the floor, belly is in, and we're going to turn the whole body together. So as we exhale, we're going to turn the right leg and the whole body out to the side. Inhale, turn it open. Exhale, turn to the side. Inhale, turn it open. Okay, so we pick up the foot and we're turning it in, and then inhaling, turning it out. Exhale, turning it in. Inhale, turn it out. And just continue turning the whole leg in the hip socket so that the knee and the foot go with it. Okay, so we're not torquing through the knees or the ankles. It's all moving as one. And we're letting the body turn with it. Okay, staying really vertical, tailbone to the floor, crown of the head reaching up. And we'll do one more to each side. Exhaling, turn to the side. Inhale, face forward. Exhale, side. Inhale, forward. Lengthen yourself up. And now bringing your feet to parallel. Okay, wider than shoulder width apart, quite wide. And so if you can bring your hands to the tailbone, breathe in as you lift your chest, lift the heart, and exhale as you lengthen forward. We're going to slide the hands down the outsides of the legs and hold on to the outsides of the shins or the ankles and just stay here. Okay, staying here in a stretch, breathing deeply, just letting your body absorb all the good work we've done so far. Try to lift the shoulders away from the ears and have the elbows out to the sides of the room. And just staying here, pulling up through the ankles, working those deep muscles, pulling up through the kneecaps, pulling up through the thighs. So your body feels really lengthened up through the legs, and the upper body can fold right down. Okay, just taking one more breath here. And then bend your knees, curl your tailbone, and roll yourself up. Okay, once you're up, we're going to bring the feet in close together. And so we've been strengthening our hips and opening them up with the feet on the floor. Now we're going to have that happening with the legs up into the air, working our balance. So again, you can have a table or a chair or a ledge nearby if you need that for support. Okay, so let's just come onto one leg. And if you can bring the other leg up just in any position, and just feeling your standing leg muscles hug the bones. So through the ankles, through the calves, through the thigh, through the hips, feel the muscles gently hugging in. So there's good tone there in the leg. Okay, and switch over to the other side. And just checking out here also that you're connected through the tripod of your foot. So you have weight on the center of your heel, your ball of your baby toe, and the ball of your big toe. Okay, even tripod. Hug the muscles to the bones and just feeling that support. Okay, and so we're going to combine that with a squat. We'll start off with the hands in the fingertip prayer and feet hip distance apart, all 10 toes pointing forward. We'll inhale again. We're reaching the sit bones back towards the heels. The weight is towards the heels and the knees are in line with the center of the feet. We're going to exhale as you come up into a balance, muscles hugging the bones. Inhale, open out to a starfish. Exhale, return back in. And inhale, come down into your squat position. We'll go a little faster. Exhaling, coming up. Inhale, open out into the starfish. Exhale, coming back in. And inhaling down, going side to side. Exhale, up. Inhale, starfish. Feel your tripod. Exhale, pulling back in. Muscles hugging the bones. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling open, again, using support if you need. Exhaling, pulling back in. And inhaling down. One more to each side. Exhaling up. Inhaling open. Exhaling up, really strengthening our hips. And inhale, sitting bones towards the heels. Exhaling up. Inhaling open. Exhaling, pulling back into center. And inhaling down. Now we're going to change. We're going to exhale, come up into our balance. Stretch the leg forward and lift the heart slightly. Exhaling, coming back into center. And inhaling, sitting bones towards the heels. Exhaling up. Stretch the legs straight ahead. Lift the heart, breathing in. Exhaling, pulling back in. And inhaling, weight towards the heels. Exhaling up. Stretch forward and lift the heart. Exhaling up, muscles hugging the bones. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Stretch forward and lift the heart, breathing in. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. One more to each side. Exhaling up. Inhale, stretch and squeeze the muscles, hugging the bones. Exhaling up. And inhaling down. Last one. Exhaling up. Inhaling, stretching forward, muscles hugging the bones. Exhaling up. And inhaling down. We're going to go to the back. We're going to exhale as you come up. Inhale as you reach the chest forward as the knee goes back. Exhaling, pulling back up. And inhaling, sit bones towards the heels. Exhaling up. Inhaling, reaching the chest forward as the leg goes back. Exhaling up. Inhaling, keep the belly and chest lifted. Exhaling up. Inhaling, reaching the chest forward. Exhaling, pulling back in. We're really parallel here. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. So it's like there's a wall in between your inner thighs and you're hugging into it. Inhaling down. One more to each side. Exhaling, pressing up. Feel the tripod of your foot. Inhaling, reaching the chest forward. Exhaling up and inhaling, sitting down. Last one. Exhaling up. Inhaling, reaching the chest forward. Exhaling up and inhaling down. Now we're going to put it all together. We're going to exhale as you bring your leg up. Circle it around to the back, reaching your chest forward. Exhale, pull it up in the middle. Inhaling down. And again, exhaling up. These are really challenging. Good for you. Inhale, open to the side and the back. Reach your chest forward. Exhaling up. And inhale, sit bones towards the heels. Exhaling up. Muscles hugging the bones. Inhale, circle around to the back. Exhaling, coming up in the middle. Inhale, sit bones towards the heels. Exhale up. Inhale, circling around to the back, really working the full range of your hip. Exhaling up and inhale, heels to the floor. One more to each side. Exhaling up. Inhaling, circling around to the back, full range. Exhaling up. Inhale, sit bones towards the heels. Last one. Exhaling up. Inhaling, circling around, working your strength, working your control. Exhale up. Inhaling down. Good. And then just fold forward over your legs. Give your legs just a little bit of a shake out. Take a few deep breaths just to soak in what we've been doing. Lots of really good work. Good. Okay, so now let's come down to sitting for our final hip section. Okay, and so sitting up into the butterfly position or bound angle pose with the legs bent. And so sitting up on a folded up blanket or a pillow if you need to, and feel free to use your hands onto the floor or on your legs at any point just to make this feel more comfortable. Okay, and we're going to be practicing the butterfly lifts. So we'll bring our hands into prayer. And as we breathe out, we're going to try to lift the feet and then inhale as we hinge forward. Okay, this is very small. Exhaling, feet lift, inhaling forward. Okay, it's not important that you lift the feet high. It's important that you keep the spine long, the belly lifted, the chest lifted. This will give us space for our hips to really move. And it's not important that we go forward very far. Again, we want to keep the spine long and the chest lifted. So this can be really tiny and be still extremely effective. Okay, just finish this one that you're on and then come back up. Now, going side to side, we're going to exhale as we bring our right leg out to the side. Inhale, stretch up and over the leg. Exhale, coming back up to center, and inhale, bringing the leg in. Now, you can use your hands on the floor if you want. Inhale, stretch over to the side. Exhale, return. You can use your hands to bring your leg in if you need. Okay. Otherwise, we're trying to use our hands the least amount possible. Inhale, up and over. Exhaling, center. So we're really challenging our hips to do the work. Exhale, side. Inhale, going up and over. Exhaling, return. And inhaling in. One more to each side. Exhale, side. Lengthen up. Stretch up and over so the bottom waist is really curved. Exhaling up. Inhaling in. Last one. Exhaling, side. Lengthening up and over. Exhaling, coming back up and bringing it in. Now, next variation, we're going to exhale as the leg kicks forward and does a big sweep around to what I'm calling the zigzag. Now, your hip might not be in the floor. That's totally fine. I don't want you to force it down and feel any pressure into the knee. But we're going to try to lengthen up and over, lifting that waist. And then exhaling, coming back to center, do a big sweep around to the front. Okay, exhale, forward, sweep it around. Inhale, lift your left side waist. Exhaling, coming back up. Big sweep around to the front. Okay, exhale. Again, use your hands as much as you need to support you. No problem. Okay, exhaling and big sweep around. Okay, make it work for your body. Exhaling, sweeping around. Inhaling, lifting your left side waist. Exhaling, come back up to center. Inhaling, one more to each side. Exhale. So we're really strengthening all the little muscles around our hips and through our waist. They really work together. Exhaling, big sweep around. Inhaling up and over. Exhaling, returning back up. Inhale. Now we're going to sweep our right leg around into the zigzag for our last exercise here. Again, not just working the hip comfortably, not overdoing. We're going to exhale as we twist to the right. Then we're going to land our left fingertips and reach out, stretching our right arm and leg away, reaching to the left. And again, exhaling, twisting right. Inhaling, twisting left. And continue. Now, we're strengthening the right glutes all through the hip, but we don't want to pinch the low back. So if you need to let your body come down a little bit, that's totally fine. Always aim the chest forward and up so that you have length through the spine, but we don't want to pinch the back. And we'll do one more time. Exhaling, extend. Inhale, return. And then doing a big sweep around and switching over to the other side. Breathing in to prepare. Exhaling, twisting left. Inhaling, twisting right. Okay, so we're landing the right hand to the floor, but try not to lean on it. Keep the right side of the waist really long. Inhaling, lengthening away. Exhaling, twisting. Inhaling, twisting. Keep the belly lifted, the chest lifted. And for two more. Exhaling, twisting left. Inhaling, twisting right for your last one. And then sweep the leg back in. And we're going to finish with some stretching. And so if you can have your legs into that butterfly position, holding onto your ankles or your feet, whatever you like, sit up as tall as you can through the spine. And then hinge forward right from the hips, keeping your spine as long as possible. And when you can't go any further, then let the head and shoulders relax down. And we'll breathe here. As you're breathing, releasing the muscles in the back of the neck, feeling the shoulders come down away from the ears and spread apart. And just softening through the hips and melting energy beyond the knees. One more breath. Peel yourself up and open the legs out wide to the side. Okay, sitting up tall, we want to have the knees and toes pointing straight up towards the ceiling. And a lot of times they want to roll out or in. So just try to bring them straight up and gently press the legs down into the floor so they're a bit energized. We're going to breathe in to lengthen up. And again, reach forward, letting your hands come forward as you like and staying here. And just breathing here. Keep the legs energized, pressing down as you're lengthening through the spine, out and down. Okay, just breathing slowly here. Okay, and feel the shoulders press down as they're supporting you. And letting the head relax. Just feeling the energy moving through the body after everything we've done. Lots of really amazing work. One more breath. Slowly come back up And then final stretch, we'll bring the legs together, and the legs don't need to be straight. The most important thing is that you can sit up on your sit bones and hinge forward. Okay, so with the legs bent or straight, let's spread out the feet. Try to have your ankle bones in close towards each other and really pull your pinky toes back towards your face. We'll breathe in as you lengthen up and then hinge forward, letting your hands come forward just gently. When you can't reach forward any further, let the head and shoulders relax. And breathing here. And releasing the muscles in the back of the neck. Shoulders coming down and wide. And very subtly sensing the sitting bones widening apart. And relaxing as deeply as you can. Letting go. Slowly bring yourself up, and we'll just finish together. You can come into sitting into any comfortable position that feels good for you, and just taking a moment just to let everything settle. And so, again, if it's comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes. And if we can be breathing just through the nose, both on the inhale and the exhale. And that helps to contain our energy more in the body so we can really soak in, we can really marinate in all of the good work that we just did. As you're breathing here, just letting all of the good energy soak into every cell of your body. Having a sense through the whole body of being really awake, feeling your aliveness, but also feeling relaxed and at ease. Relaxing the muscles of the face, the jaw, relaxing the shoulders, feeling the weight of the arms and the hands. Relaxing down through all the muscles of your back, all the way down to your tailbone. So the chest can just naturally open and widen. Softening through the hips and the legs. Feeling your connection with the earth. And feeling through the mind. Awakeness, aliveness, and also relaxed and at ease. And also through the heart. Not to cover over what's there, but to open up to the full capacity of our heart, our mind, our body, to be awake and also at ease. Let's take a moment just to set an intention of the kind of energy that we want to invite in through the rest of our day. And just letting the eyes softly open. We'll finish our practice with a bow. And so you can keep your hands wherever they are. You can rest them onto your heart or together at your heart, whatever you like. And with deep respect and kindness towards ourselves and towards each other, let's bow. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your day.